What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dean, aka the Blue Crusader. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing an advanced movement guide for Apex Legends.
I got some bad guys here. Reloading.
So I just want to show off a few tips which I've learned on how to obviously improve your movement. This can be in fights or just in general, because obviously if you don't know how to move, if you just walk around like a bot, you're going to get yourself killed, and also it's going to take you ages to move around the map, because Kings Canyon as a map is absolutely huge, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to be changing the map anytime soon. So if you want to survive a lot of fights and if you want to get around easy, these are some of the tips to do so. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I don't want it to take too long. I'm probably going to do a separate guide on how to bunny hop. I am currently in training mode, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a combination of training mode and in game, because a few of these tips I'm going to have to show you as characters like Pathfinder, and unfortunately you can't pick your character in training mode right now. All characters are running the same, everyone moves the same, it doesn't really matter how they look. For example, Gibraltar appears like he's going to move really slow because he's fat, but obviously his animations make him look like he's running slow, but in reality every single character has the same base movement speed. This is something which I had no clue about at the start. I got told this personally, and it's something which I actually learned because he looks a lot slower because he's bigger, but it turns out that everyone runs the same. So Gibraltar, for an example, runs exactly the same as Wraith. So the first one is just sliding. So obviously if you slide off a ledge, it's going to give you a big speed boost. At the start of the tutorial it does actually tell you that sliding makes you quicker. Everyone would have obviously played the tutorial at this point if you've even jumped into a game, but it does say that sliding gives you a speed boost, and sliding is basically one of the only movement tips which you can actually use, and this is going to be the basis for nearly everything in this tutorial. As you can see, when you slide, especially downhill, down a ledge, you move extremely fast. Now the good thing about this is I can't really show you this until we actually get in game. The great thing about this is you can actually slide down hills and you can also heal at the same time, something which I'm going to show you later. You can also slide over objects and cars. For example, we can slide off this rock and then jump and then slide again on the sand, and we can use them both to gain momentum. But if you are sliding on a flat surface that doesn't have a dip to it, you're not really going to slide very quickly and you're not going to get a speed bonus. You don't just slide downwards. For an example, what I mean by that is you don't have to face downwards when you slide. You can jump, look backwards, slide more, and you'll still get the same momentum if you just want to shift and check behind you to see if there's any enemies. Now there's no wall running or wall jumping off this game in the vanilla game. It's not like Titanfall 2, which this game's kind of based on in the same universe. You can't just wall jump and run across walls and do all those crazy tricks, but you can kind of mimic it. For an example, if we run towards a wall and then jump, let go of W, we kind of just drop off the wall and jump back. If you practice this a few times, you can actually get onto the wall and then jump off it. So you can kind of jump, you can wall jump I guess, but it's not really the same thing because it's not really wall jumping, you're just rebounding. And the way to do that is obviously run towards a wall, jump, let go of your keys and jump off. Or if you press S, you can also jump backwards. Now if you let go of all your keys, it's kind of the same thing as just going back. You can practice it and do it sideways as well. It kind of looks a bit like that if you practice it, but it doesn't really give you much momentum. Ropes can actually be good to gather momentum. Normal ropes don't really give you so much speed. Balloon ropes, when you go up a balloon, can actually give you more momentum and speed as well. So you can use it just to change direction when you jump, or you can use it just to see your enemies behind you. Obviously if you take them to the sky, you can use them to change direction, or like I just mentioned then, if we just run towards one of these ropes, you can jump on it and then jump, and as you can see I'm moving quite fast as I jump down from the rope. So you can kind of pair this with a slide or just use it for additional speed. You don't need to go all the way up to the balloon or all the way up to the ledge. You can just use this as a small speed boost and then slide and obviously move quicker. So that's another tip as well. Now as you can see up here, I literally am just peeking over the wall. I'm just grabbing onto the wall. This is a really obvious thing, literally everyone knows how to do this, but if you are new to the game, you can obviously peek across the walls. Now most people know you can do this, most new players, but some people just don't know how you do it. All you do is just run up a wall. It has to be a certain height though, as you saw there. It has to be high enough that you don't just jump over it in one hop. So if we just jump towards this for an example, as we go to the top, you need to let go of the W key, and then you'll just kind of drop on the ledge and you can peer over. If you press W, you'll climb up. Obviously if you press S, you will drop off the ledge. So that's kind of how to just peek over it. That's not really a movement thing though. That's just literally being able to use the movement to your advantage just to see where the enemies are. Now obviously when you're running, literally everyone wants to jump and slide because you're going to move quicker. If you jump a lot, you're going to move quicker as well. But another thing you can do is boost jumping. Now this doesn't really give you so much more extra speed, but what it basically does is when you're running, you jump and then press the slide key slightly in midair, and although it doesn't look like much, it will actually make you jump across faster. So as you can see, I've just pressed that slide and it will actually give me just maybe like an extra inch or something. You need to press it so it doesn't actually slide. As you can see, jump, slide key, and then land. We're playing Pathfinder. Now Pathfinder has two abilities. Your Q is obviously the normal hook, which is the grappling hook, and this can be really useful to slide after. The second ability is the team zipline. Now the team zipline, the only downside behind this is everyone can use it, so even enemies can use it, so you just need to be really careful about this. But both of these techniques can actually be used to increase speed when you're moving, because obviously if you go up a zip line, you'll be increasing speed by going vertically forwards, and if you use your grapple hook, you'll gather speed and momentum for when you slide. As you can see, I was moving really fast just then. So you can use the Q coupled with a slide and a jump afterwards to move really fast forwards. It really just depends on your surroundings and what you grapple to, and if there's any trees near you. For example, if you do have a tree near you that you can grapple to, it works really well depending on what the ground is. As you can see, I just moved super fast and got a really nice air jump off there. So that's really nice as well. At the start of the game, obviously the zip line does take a long time to charge. You can obviously improve this with ultimate accelerants. The zip lines you can take to really far destinations, and when you go up them, you move really quick. Now, obviously I could jump and slide, or I could personally jump here, hit a grapple and move to a further destination and get a free air jump off it as well. So you can couple using them both to move around the map a lot quicker. Now obviously the more you play and the more skilled you are, the more further distances you can gain, and obviously the more trick shots, I guess you could call it, with the grapple hook you can hit. But it's just a really useful maneuver. If we are talking about specific legends like we did with Pathfinder, you can obviously play Bangalore, who has a speed increase, so if you do get a shot, you move super quickly. So it's kind of a nice character to main if you want to just get in and out of fights easy, or just move around the map if you're getting pinched. And Wraith has a speed up on her Q, where she goes into the void. If you do use that with a Z ability where she makes a tunnel, if you use them together, you actually move really quick. And the good thing about using the Q is you can actually go up balloons and zip lines while you're doing it, and you can also jump and slide. So that's just a really nice speed increase. I think with the Z, if you use the Z and the Q together, you might not be able to go up balloons, but I really can't remember. But both of them coupled together make you move really quickly. And then the last one is Bloodhound's ult, which makes you move extremely quickly. But this is obviously an ultimate which has a long cooldown, so you do have to wait obviously to use it. There's no passive increases, and the character itself is the same speed as every other. Now the next thing is bunny hopping. Now I haven't personally mastered it that well. There's obviously a lot of other people who will do it a lot better. I'm just going to show you the basics of it. So the purpose of bunny hopping is to make you move a lot quicker around the map. You can do this in CSGO, you can use it on Apex. Now this is the normal type which people think you do it as. You just hold forwards and space and just keep jumping. I'll just show you. This is not how to do it. You're jumping forwards, you're moving quite fast, but that's not how to do it. You do slow down using this method. There is actually a real way to do it. Now, the way to do it is you have to go forwards and jump, and when you're jumping in midair, you need to crouch, as you can see. And then when you jump in midair after the crouch, you have to let go of the forward key. So I'm just going to show you. As you can see, we move quite quick with the slide. And then, so basically you go forwards, you jump, you crouch, let go forward, and then you press the A or D key depending on where you want to go. Now then you want to jump 3 times before you release it and face the other direction. If you press A for an example, you should look left with your mouse towards the direction of that key. If you press D, you should look right. So I'm just going to try and do it, like I said, not really a professional at it, but I'll just try and show you the kind of motion. So that's kind of the basics of doing it. Obviously the more practice you do, the farther you'll be able to go and the more accurate you can do it. I've only been practicing it for like 30 minutes, so I'm not really such a professional with it. Obviously when I do master it fully, I will repeat the same technique and show you exactly how to do it perfectly, but those steps is basically how you do it. You just need to constantly practice because you need to make sure you're letting go of the right keys and not pressing the wrong ones. So that's just a tutorial on movement. If this video helped you guys, then definitely smash the like button and subscribe. The next video, I'm probably going to do a video on the different ammo types and what they do, why they're useful, and which guns are best for certain situations like getting rid of armor and knocking down opponents. So if you do want to see that, then definitely subscribe and smash a like on the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Damn, son. Let me begin. I came to win. Battle me, that's a sin. I won't tell attacker. Punk, you better back up. Try and play the role and yet a whole crew will act up. Get up, stand up, come on, throw your hands up. If you got the feeling, then jump across the ceiling. Mugs is